So let's begin with hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. Meditation on breathing. We have some choir members here who can help us with the parts. This song does have parts, so we'll all just start with part one, and if you just want to stick with that, that's great. And if you feel like coming in on one of the other parts, feel free to do that. but I wonder if anyone has a hymn that they would really love to sing right now. Just speaking to them today. Are there any requests? You can maybe think about it. Oh yes, I see a hand. Blue Boat Home? Yes, that was actually on the list. Let's do Blue Boat Home. That is hymn number 1064 in the tune. 1064, Blue Boat Home. completed this morning with an offering from our guest Matthew, who is going to play this trumpet concerto movement for you.
Good morning. I'm Joyce Parkin, a member of the board here at the Unitarian Universalist Church in Reston. Thank you, Matthew, and thank you, Cynthia, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to put our voices in the room this morning in a very special way. That's an amen. We're glad you're with us this morning. I know I'm very glad to be here, whether you're in the sanctuary or joining us on Zoom. Whatever your age, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, however you identify, and whomever you love, please know that you're welcome here. And we're delighted to welcome our special guest musician, Matthew Gagliardo, whom you've heard already, and he'll be playing, as you heard, the flute and flugelhorn for us this morning. With over 20 years' experience as a professional musician, Matthew specializes on trumpet, piano, and bass, focusing on jazz and commercial styles. He holds a Bachelor of Music Arts and a Master of Music in Jazz Studies. Matthew joined the U.S. Navy in 2012 and has since performed with several Navy ensembles in Europe and the U.S. In 2021, he joined the Navy Band, where he plays a key role on the public affairs team. Welcome to UUCR, Matthew, and thank you for sharing your music with us this morning. I'm going to go off script with the announcements and give our auction star a chance to fill you in on some very important news.
Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany Deal and I'm one of the auction committee coordinators here at UUCR. I want to thank everyone for joining us under the stars last night for our annual event. And I'd also like to extend a very special thank you to everyone who helped us make this large-scale event possible. It takes many hands to make light work, but it also makes it fun, easy, and memorable. So thank you very much for all the assistance we received putting this event on. I have some initial numbers to share, thanks to some hard work of our committee to tally up some numbers late last night. We have raised approximately $21,750. And we're still going. Your generosity helps sustain this community, and these events provide so many wonderful opportunities for fellowship. So thank you for your generosity and donations for our event. Quick announcement, we do have several remaining items and events with extra spaces that we have put the bid sheets in the foyer this morning. So the auction committee will have some folks out there after service. If you're interested, please see us. Please feel free to sign up. We will be getting invoices settled within the next week or so, so you should hear some good or bad news, depending on how much you spent in the next week or so, but we will get that out to you. You can log into the website now, though, and get a good idea of what you might have won and totaled. If you have any additional questions, please see me or any of our auction committee. We'll glad to help you out. Thank you so much.
It's always great to share good news. Now back to the regular announcements. We'll be holding a memorial service for Glenn Downing on Saturday, November 16th at 4 p.m. All are invited to attend. After the service today, please stick around for one of our popular Science Sunday presentations. Eliza Wojtaszek, a principal analyst with the Space Telescope Science Institute, will deliver a talk on the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope. The Roman telescope is readying for launch in late 2026. Please join us on Friday, November 22nd at 6 p.m. for a potluck and game night. This is a teen and family-friendly event, and all are welcome. So bring food to contribute to the potluck and your favorite game if you'd like to. For several years, UUCR has participated in the hypothermia prevention program by providing meals one night each week during the winter months for about 40 adults who are spending the night at the North County Human Services Building in Reston, and that's right across from the library. This program is a partnership between Cornerstones and Fairfax County. There's an orientation meeting about UUCR's participation in the program on Tuesday, November 12th at 7 p.m. in the boardroom and on Zoom. The meeting will provide an overview of UUCR's volunteer effort and how you can be a part of this very important program. If you can't attend in person and need a Zoom link and haven't gotten one yet, check with Annie Simpson. Thank you, Annie. If you have an announcement for next week's e-blast, please submit it by Tuesday, November 12th to Harry, our Office and Communications Manager. Make it brief, no more than 100 words, but you can add a picture or logo to your announcement if you'd like. Specify how many issues you'd like your announcement to run, and do reach out to Harry if you have any questions. You can always call the office, or Harry's email is admin@uureston.org. Now let's center ourselves for worship. Please take some deep, quieting breaths with me. Let's enter our time of worship together as we listen to this morning's prelude.
Our prelude is the song Be the Light by Leah Morris, and we have a slide for you, which will be projected because you're going to join in with us. We have sung this song with you before, so maybe you'll remember. Is the slide there yet? The song, the text of the song is based on the poem that Amanda Gorman read at Biden's inauguration 4 years ago, Be the Light. Okay, so our sopranos and altos are going to sing the melody for you, so you can get used to that.
When we are ready to see it, there is always a light. When we are ready to be it, to see the light, to be the light, to raise our eyes in the dark of night, to climb this hill, together we will.
Would you like to sing with us?
There is always a light. When we are ready to see it, there is always a light. When we are ready to be it, to see the light, to be the light, to raise our eyes in the dark of night, to climb this hill,
morning and welcome. I'm Reverend Aileen Fitzke, and it is my honor to serve this congregation as its minister. Our opening words this morning are by the poet Venice Williams. You are awakening to the same country you fell asleep to, the very same country. Pull yourself together. And when you see me, do not ask me, what do we do now? How do we get through the next 4 years? Some of my ancestors dealt with at least 400 years of this under worse conditions. So, continue to do good work. Continue to build bridges, not walls. Continue to lead with compassion. Continue the demanding work of liberation for all. Continue to dismantle broken systems, large and small. Continue to set the best example for the children. Continue to be a vessel of nourishing joy. Continue right where you are, right where you live into your days. Do so in the name of the Creator who expects nothing less from each of us. And if you're not continuing all of the above in community, partner, collaboration, what is it you have been doing? What are you waiting for?
Our opening hymn is number 168. One more step. Please rise, embody your spirit, and join us.
Our chalice lighting this morning is titled Invocation by Angela Herrera. Don't leave your broken heart at the door. Bring it to the altar of life. Don't leave your anger behind. It has high standards, and the world needs vision. Bring them with you, and your joy and your passion. Bring your loving and your courage and your conviction. Bring your need for healing and your power to heal. There is work to do, and you have all that you need to do it right here in this room.
Here at UUCR, we have a tradition where we sing our covenant together every Sunday. Love is the spirit of this church. So we remain seated while we sing our covenant. And if you are here today for the first time, we invite you to accept this as our blessing to you.
Now is the time for all ages, so if you're feeling young of body, I invite you to come forward now. There are pictures that will be projected, so I hope you're somewhere where you can see them. Welcome, welcome. Our story today is Gathering Sparks by Howard Schwartz with pictures by Christina Swarner. And this comes from the teaching of Tikkun Olam, a Jewish teaching to repair the world. Once, when you were little, your grandfather came to visit. That night, the moon was full. The sky was filled with stars. Your grandfather said, "The sky's so clear tonight. Let's go outside." So you went out into the yard where fireflies lit up the dark and crickets chirped with all their might. You and your grandfather peered up at the sky, crowded with stars. For a long time, no one spoke, and then you asked, "Where did all the stars come from?" And your grandfather said, "Long ago, before this world was created, God sent forth 10 vessels, like a fleet of ships, each carrying its cargo of light. If those vessels had reached their destination, the world would have been perfect. But the further they traveled, the more fragile or breakable they became. Finally, the vessels shattered, scattering sparks of light throughout the heavens, and that is how the stars came into being." And you said, "Oh," and you looked at the sky filled with glowing sparks, and you saw the stars as if for the very first time. Then your grandfather said, "But the sparks did not fall in heaven only. They fell everywhere, in so many places, that God needed our help to gather them. That's why we were created, to gather the sparks no matter where they are hidden." And you asked, "But how can sparks be gathered?" And your grandfather said, "Every time you do a good deed, one of the sparks is set free. When you plant a tree, a spark rises up. When you help your baby sister, a spark can be seen in her eyes. And when you're kind to animals, a spark of kindness enters the world. For every good deed you do, one of those hidden sparks rises up, and a little bit of the world is repaired. And one day, when enough of those sparks have been gathered, the broken vessels will be restored, and there will be peace
in the world. Then your grandfather picked you up gently and carried you inside. And as he was carrying you, he whispered, "And most of all, sparks are gathered whenever you love someone." And then he hugged you so tight, you closed your eyes. And when you opened them, you saw sparks glowing everywhere. And that is the end of the story. And perhaps just the beginning. Whether we are Jewish or not, whether we believe in God or not, there's an important message on truth here. We can each help make the world a little better through just a simple act of kindness. And today, the children will be help spreading sparks by creating snacks for the temporary shelter in Reston. Anyone who's in 12th grade or younger is welcome to join them. I will now sing them out with Go With Joy.
Now is the time in our service when we share our joys and sorrows, so that no one ever has to hold them alone. If you are joining us remotely this morning, you may wish to light a real or virtual candle wherever you are to mark what is in your heart. As members of the in-person congregation, place stones in the water here in the sanctuary. If those of you at home would like to share what is on your heart today in the congregational chat on the screen, please write to all attendees. And please remember that what you share will be public. Those at home may then read others' joys and concerns shared in the chat, and then enter into your own time of reflection and prayer. I invite all of you in the congregation this morning, if you would like to come forward and place a stone in the water, to do so at this time. be one in prayer and meditation. Spirit of life and love that so faithfully animates our creation, we are grateful for this community that is with us in times of both joy and sorrow. We hold in our hearts this morning all who are facing any hardship or difficulty, those who are grieving or facing illness or disability in themselves, or friends or loved ones. In particular this morning, we hold in our hearts and prayers the most vulnerable in our country who might be most affected by the outcome of our election. For all those who might have to fight the good fight to keep democracy alive, and for all of us that we might find a spark of hope in all of it, we light this candle.
I don't want anybody to think I was joining the choir. The second Sunday of each month is our dedicated offering to an organization chosen by the Social Justice Social Action Committee. All of today's offering, except for pledge payments, which should be clearly marked, will go to Cornerstone's Gifts for Kids holiday program. Financial hardship and homelessness are hard on children and families, and the holiday season can be especially difficult. For families in need, often there isn't enough money to spend on gifts. With your support, some of our youngest neighbors will be able to celebrate a fulfilling and memorable holiday in 2024. Here in the sanctuary, you can write a check to UUCR with Cornerstone's Gifts for Kids in the memo line and drop it in the offering basket. Any donation made by check can also be mailed to the church. And of course, you can put cash in the offering basket too. If you're on Zoom, you can enter your donation into the Charity of the Month donation box on the online form. And there's another way you can help our neighbors in need. There will also be a Cornerstone's 2024 gift cards for kids drive. The gift cards will be for children from birth to 18, as well as adult residents of the Embry-Rucker Community Shelter and senior neighbors who receive year-round support from Cornerstones. In the coming weeks, we'll provide more information about the gift card program. We'll have a tree with kids' name tags for you to select, and then you purchase a gift card, and there'll be information on the timeline as well. We appreciate your generous support of these Cornerstones programs, which are truly an important community resource. Thank you.
So where love will bless the earth,
and peace its paths adorn. I dream.
Thank you, choir. That was beautiful. The Time for All Ages story was a retelling of a story from the Jewish mystical tradition of the Kabbalah. It is the basis for the concept of Tikkun Olam, to repair the world, or as the Rabbi Harold Kushner said, to repair the cosmos. This story of how the divine sent these vessels of light to the world, and if they had arrived, the world would be perfect. But on the way to earth, they broke open and all the sparks of light scattered. It is our job, all of us, past, present, and future, to collect the sparks so that the world may be repaired. The Rabbi Naomi Remen said about Tikkun Olam, "We are here because we are born with the capacity to find the hidden light in all events and in all people, to lift it up and make it visible once again, and thereby restore the innate wholeness of the world. It is a very important story for our time, and this task is called Tikkun Olam. And this, of course, is a collective task. It involves all people who have ever been born, all people presently alive, all people yet to be born. We are all healers of this world. And that story opens a sense of possibility. It's not about healing the world by making a huge difference. It's about healing the world that touches you and those around you. The results of the election this week have shattered many of us, I know they have shattered me. While we have no idea what actually will happen, we do have some idea of what the candidate has planned. He has been very vocal about those things. Whether he can carry them out or not is another question. And right now, at this moment, we may be at a loss as to how to respond, because maybe this particular moment is not the time for response, not yet. Mostly because we don't know exactly what we need to respond to. Right now is the time for feeling all the things. I can't tell any one of you how to feel, because everyone feels different emotions as we work through our personal reactions and feelings. Rage, fear, grief, especially grief. Feelings of loss of what might have been, the restoration of normalcy, the calming of the chaos. Grief helps us process what is and accept its reality. The knowledge that the chaos from here on out may be amplified in ways we cannot possibly know. And there is fear, and that fear is real. We already know from the rhetoric that the most vulnerable in our society, those with the least ability to protect themselves, might be targeted. LGBTQ plus folks, immigrants, undocumented and legal, poor women, especially women of color, and really all women, whose rights are being slowly eroded. But we cannot stay in fear and shock. Heightened fear keeps us from thinking clearly. If we stay in shock and fear, we risk paralysis or reacting in ways that do more harm than good. We need to hold love at the center of all we do. Martin Luther King said, "Power without love is reckless and abusive, and love without power is sentimental and anemic." Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice, and justice at its best is power correcting everything that stands against love. I'm not talking about sentimental romantic love. I'm talking about the love that enables us to realize that we are all connected. The love that binds us together in community and solidarity with those who may not have the resources to protect themselves. That enables us to realize that what happens to the least of these also happens to us. The political philosopher Hannah Arendt warned over half a century ago, terror can rule only over people who are isolated against each other. Therefore, one of the primary concerns of all tyrannical governments is to bring this isolation about. Isolation may be the beginning of terror. It certainly is its most fertile ground. It always is the result. While we are the most electronically connected people of all time, we are also the most alienated and isolated. Rabbi Sharon Brous writes in her book, The Amen Effect, the more limited or meaningful contact with one another, the more we lack the ability to work together toward the common good, let alone respond to grave dangers we might face. Alone and apart, we are powerless. And so some people seek belonging in the most terrifying of spaces, spaces that provide easy answers and certainties, that create indifference or hostility to those outside, that keep people separated from any views or news different from their own. And these may be rooted in mis- or disinformation, causing people to live in disparate realities, often based on a fabric of lies. Rabbi Brous writes, it is precisely now, when our instinct is to recoil from one another, that the need for an ethos of sensitive and sincere encounter is vital and necessary, not only for us as individuals, families, and communities, but for our entire society. And yet Rabbi Brous doesn't mean stepping into the dangers of relativism, creating false equivalencies between dangerous ideologies and those that seek to usher in a more just society. Rabbi Brous writes, as much as we should strive to find humanity in our opponents, and even hints of the truth of their perspectives, sometimes it is naive and even wrong to pretend that all adversaries are righteous. Sometimes the quest for deeper understanding risks moral confusion or even moral failure. Sometimes a behavior or ideology is so toxic that morally equivocating those who hold those views becomes a validator for violence and abuse. In our rush to let's all get along and to try and find common ground, we often capitulate to ideologies that go against our deepest convictions. We need to watch out for that in our quest for reconciliation. It is also time to take care of ourselves. In our rush to do everything, we often forget we need time for rest, for a meal, for community. Remember to let people know when you're not okay, when you need help, when you need support. Be present for each other in all the pain, in all the confusion. Sometimes our role is simply to listen to another's pain, without judgment, without giving advice, without pushing for solutions that may or may not be helpful. Just hold space. And remember, there are multiple roles to play as the situation unfolds. Look for yours. Maybe what you can do is make sandwiches for the unhoused. Maybe yours is to hold another person and let them process their feelings. Maybe yours is to take to the streets and protest loudly and openly the policies and practices that you know are unjust. Maybe yours is to write your elected officials or visit their offices or participate in lobby days at the Capitol. Heather Cox Richardson said that the heroes, even in the direst of all situations, are the ones who, even as the walls are closing in, does the right thing. None of us can do everything, but all of us can do a lot. In the midst of all of it, and this may sound counterintuitive, make time for joy. Joy is a radical act of resistance. As Rabbi Brous writes, joy does not preclude mourning, but lives inside of it. If we love fully, we should celebrate fully, even as we grieve deeply. There will be time for all these things in the coming weeks and months, even years. We may have a long road ahead of us. We need to pace ourselves. Do all the things, then do none of them. Move in and out of doing and being. In the movie Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, the two main characters engage in a conversation about the shattered vessels and Tikkun Olam. And Nora said, "It reminds me of part of this Jewish tradition that I really like. It's called Tikkun Olam. It says that the world's been broken into pieces, and it's everybody's job to find them and put them back together." And then Nick says, "Maybe we're the pieces. Maybe that's it. Maybe it isn't that we're supposed to find the pieces and put them back together. Maybe we're the pieces. That's how we stop the breaking." Is that right? Are we the pieces? Are we the ones who are tasked with coming together? Are we the ones who will stop the breaking? I think we are. Not just us, but the networks and connections we create, both here and beyond here. We are because we hold the world together with love, with hope, with compassion. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Each of us, and us collectively, We will bring the pieces together. We will stop the breaking. All is not lost because we are still here. We are still present. Because when the soul sees a desperate need, it does not turn away. We will not turn away. Amen, and blessed be.
Our closing hymn is number 159, This Is My Song. Please rise in body or spirit and join us.
Our benediction this morning is an excerpt from a letter sent out from the Unitarian Universalist Association on Wednesday morning. Beloveds, we will hold our fear together. We will honor our rage and devastation and grief. We will hold one another ferociously, tenderly, faithfully. And then we will move deliberately. We will invest in trust. We will claim joy, rest, and sustenance. We will resist en masse. We will fight fascism and continue the struggle for democracy. We will continue to build our movements for justice. We will focus our efforts and abandon distractions. We will create safe harbor for those in danger. We will leverage our resources. We will sharpen our skills and our analysis. We will act as if no person is disposable. We will refuse the politics of division and despair. We will seek the wisdom of elders and of history. We will weave deeper connections with our neighbors. We will fight for our survival. And we will create the conditions of possibility for our thriving and liberation. Amen and blessed be.
We now extinguish this flame. But not the light of hope and truth, the warmth of community, nor the fire of commitment. These we carry forth in our hearts until we are together again.
thank you all for being with us this morning. Please go in peace, joy, love, and compassion to serve the world. Amen.